we got an Amy girl.
Amy, putting on the lipstick.
We are streaming, friends. Look at us. Happy Monday. It is February 16th, 2026. I'm your hostess with the mostest.
Yes, you are.
And
Yes,
we
you
are
are.
ready to rock and roll today. So we are going to be talking about all kinds of fun stuff, customer service being one of them. And I am going to have my fabulous Amy Rich train on that. But before we do that, Kathy Towns is coming on.
Hi. Woohoo!
She's getting a sample of next week because next week we're going to have all of the Shooting Star crew joining us. And
nice.
it'll be a gigantic party of fun. But I thought, it'll be a fun day. So why not? And Kathy was able to find it. So anybody that says, I can't figure out this meeting thing, I did a video. It wasn't hard.
I heard you got to hang out with a friend of mine, Janice.
I did. I got to see Janice.
You both did.
So sweet. Trish and I both got to have some fun with her. And Phyllis was there too. We had so much fun. Trish, do you want to talk
she's
about
amazing.
a little bit here at the beginning? Just what we did on Thursday and how much fun it was?
Mhm.
Trish, are you talking? Because I think you're talking, but it's not.
I was muted.
Okay, now you're back.
I apologize for my look on here, guys. I'm trying to restart my computer because I had Dale doing a bunch of work today and it just was tired, I guess. But we were so happy to meet your friend, Kathy. And we didn't know that you had been in an accident. She filled us in on that. And, so that was just, Mary Kay is a small world from Alaska to Las Vegas to Florida to New York, wherever you want to be. Mary Kay girls are going to be there, right?
Yep.
And so
right.
we had so much fun. And you guys, we did it week 1. And like a lot of events, the first time we didn't have any guests there. But then this last Thursday, we had 9 people there, you guys. 9. 9. Phyllis had people there.
Yes.
Danny had people there. Janice had people there.
Yeah.
I did not, but I will. And it was really fun. And so this is your invite for this week, next week, and the next few weeks. We're going to do Glow Bar Pop-In. And we have a little bit of different plan for this next few weeks because we want to use the company tools. And so we are going to do skin analyzer on everybody that comes because it's such a cool thing. People are blown away by it. It's free for them. And so we're going to do that right when they get there. And then we're going to send them either to try Miracle Set or Repair just on the back of their hand like we did. And it worked out great. You guys, if you're in doubt of could that possibly work, it works because people were shocked at how good their hand looked on the side they did everything with. So we did the skincare, then we put a little drop of CC cream on that hand, and then we put just a drop of CC cream on the hand they did nothing to. And it was shocking. Even a girl who was, I don't know, a teenager could tell the huge difference in her hands. And, her hands look so beautifully young. So it didn't matter. It just was such a good selling thing for people to see that. And so I don't know, because I didn't have my own customer there. I don't know what other people purchased and all that. But I think it went positive. We stayed good on our time. And the way that IKEA is set up has plenty of room. Like if you needed to close your customer, you could absolutely just pull over to, they have these little like alcoves, little couches and things. You could totally just go over there with your guests, have a nice close with them. You could do, talk about the business there. So that's how we're going to do it for these next few weeks. Skin analyzer into a skincare of, one of the 2 that comes up on their analyzer. And then I'll have the lip glosses maybe on display. We're not going to do them like we did this last time, but then, we're going to do like a little game with these envelopes that Danny has of questions about the business. And then from that point, if they're interested in the business, we'll move to one of those couches and chat for another minute. And everybody gets a little keychain from Danny for coming. And then you guys will have time to close your own guests. So I think it's just fun and it's easy. And they're so nice over there at IKEA. And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so we'll make sure we've got that posted for you guys to download and invite your friends. And you know what? If you want what I created so you can make your own template and do it, that's totally fine too. That one I just made because I found a flowery thing that we could use through March. Okay.
And if
Okay.
Dan, if they work, they can do like Danny has an appointment that ends about 5:30 over there. You could go over to IKEA, have a quick bite of dinner, and be ready to work.
Yeah. Because that's what I do. I have an oboe lesson that ends at 5:30, and it's 8 minutes from her door to IKEA, and I just there I go park. So I make sure I'm already cute before I go do my lesson. So it's true. And I bring lips with me because you can't play oboe with these lips. You have to, it's just yucky. So that being said, let's go ahead and we're going to go to the Boss Babe tab here.
I think
And
Phyllis
this-
is having some problems.
Is she? Is she
Because she's
texting
just
anybody?
circling and circling.
She's circling. I don't know.
I can't
We'll
see
figure
her
it out.
anymore.
I bet you, maybe Phyllis, if you can hear us, maybe pop out and come back.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
We can't see your little face, so maybe pop out and come back.
Who's?
Oh, I can see her.
Oh,
We can all
You
see
guys
her.
can see
Oh,
Phyllis.
God.
I can't see her.
I
Yeah.
can't see her. I only see the little circle.
Mm-mm,
I
see
only
Phyllis.
see the circle.
Go out and back in then, Phyllis. I can see her fine and hear her.
okay.
What if
Oh,
we click on her? Nothing happens.
nothing happens.
Go out and come back, Phyllis. Terry, you look beautiful.
Amy looks beautiful. Kathy looks beautiful. Trish looks
Kathy's
beautiful.
tired.
Mm.
Kathy's here though.
No, Kathy's tired. I'm in Florida.
Oh, you're. in
Oh my gosh,
Florida.
your time zones are just.
Yeah, they're
Oh my golly, that's so fun. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up the screen, and this is Lakeisha.
Now I see you, Phyllis.
Oh, there we got her. We got her. Excellent. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna mute myself so you can't hear background.
Here we go.
I'm National Sales Director Dr. Lakeisha Chisholm from the All-American City, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I'm super excited, just thrilled to be a part of the 2026 Boss Babe program. I'm excited tonight to talk to you about this is your time. Step into your yes. Let me say it again. This is your time. Step into your yes. You guys, there are moments in life when something just clicks. You don't always get a big sign or a big loud announcement. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's just a feeling, a nudge that says, now. If you're here listening to this, leaning in, feeling something stir, this might be one of those moments for you. Because this is what I know to be true. Nothing changes until a decision is made. Not a wish, not a hope, but a decision. I remember when I made one of the biggest yes decisions of my life and my Mary Kay business and career. I remember the moment I decided to say yes to my business and to take my business seriously. Like, not when I signed the beauty agreement, but once I got in, once I got my starter kit, and once, you start looking around and okay, I made a decision to take my business seriously, to work the business like a business. And let me be honest, I didn't have it all figured out, okay? I didn't suddenly feel confident and I didn't feel fearless, like I'm doing this. But I made a decision. I said, I'm not just gonna talk about it, I'm gonna be about it. I gave myself permission to work my business like a business. And guess what happened? Like, seriously, you all, when I started treating my business like a business started showing up. Like, it was like I actually had a business. I had sales, I had customers, Like, it was so exciting. Y'all, that one decision, it changed everything. Now, let me tell you what that looked like in real life, because this part, it matters. I was extremely shocked. Although I grew up in the military, did 20 years active duty service, I worked around 95% males. I did not wear makeup. Okay. I did not have any knowledge about the beauty industry. I was extremely shy. Like me and you together, that was too many people. Like, it was anxiety. Like, it was just too much. Okay. I'm talking about going up to new people was paralyzing. Starting conversations, I mean, I was full of so much anxiety, you guys. But these are things that stretched me. I didn't have a lot of family support because, again, I was in the military, and sometimes you get stationed out in no man's land. And so you're not close to your family. And so I did not have family support. You guys, there were moments that felt uncomfortable and unfamiliar. But one thing that I was coachable. And I'm proud to say that. I was coachable because I learned that everything here is a skill set that we can learn. I listened, I learned, and I followed direction. And because I said yes to being coachable, something beautiful happened. I met new people. I built a customer base, like with real skincare clients and reorders coming in. And I built a team. And it wasn't overnight. It wasn't perfect, but it was consistently. I was doing the activity consistently. And that's when, I made another yes. I said yes to moving up the career path. I began to take that serious about moving up, serious about becoming a red jacket. At that time, you guys, I didn't even realize that it was my time. I didn't have someone here pouring into me like, it is your time. Go, go, go. Like people falling out of the airplanes and the parachutes, like, go, 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 right? I didn't have that. But not realizing that it was my time, I just knew I didn't want to sit on potential anymore. Looking back now, I'm so grateful I moved when I did, because in that season, I grew. My confidence grew. My leadership grew and my business grew. I mean, like so much so, have you ever thought about having a quantum leap? That's what happened. And then I'll tell you, there was another moment that I said yes, right? Not quite sure if it was my time, but I'm grateful that I said yes, because in hindsight, I know now that it was absolutely my time. My sales director said, I'm looking for 5 more directors this year. And I was like, whoa, let me tell you, I had no idea what being a director actually entailed. I didn't know I didn't have all the details. I didn't know all the moving pieces to what the process looked like. None of that. I didn't have a full picture. I just knew one thing. I knew that I wanted to help, and I knew that I had more in me. And without fully understanding the assignment, you guys, I said yes. I stepped into a yes, right? It was shaky because I wanted to do it, but I had, anxiety and, the what ifs. But I'm so grateful that I stepped into that yes. That decision, it was clearly blind faith. Because I made that decision first, everything else began to align. You guys, after saying yes to something that I didn't have all the information about, people started showing up. Customers started showing up. Team members started showing up. Sales supported my growth. It helped to sharpen my skills and my leadership. It stretched and it strengthened me. I didn't become ready because before the decision, I became ready because of the decision. And that's what I want you to hear today. You don't need to know every step. My goodness, I did not know every step. Some days I did not know what it looked like from day to day. I did not know what it looked like from hour to hour, minute to minute. I did not have all the answers. And there were certainly a lot of times when I did not feel 100% confident. Like, you know how people say, I got this. You got it. I didn't feel like I had it. Okay. I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to drop the ball. But the one thing that I did, I made a decision and I stood on that decision. I stepped into that yes. You guys, momentum, it doesn't come before movement. Okay. It comes after movement. So I had to say yes. I had to get the ball rolling. The yes is the big push of the ball, and then the ball gets rolling. And I began to do the activity that it took for me to get to where I wanted to be. I did become one of those 5 sales directors, and the rest was history. You know, when I look back at that decision, it wasn't about pressure. And I didn't feel pressure. It was about permission. And I'm grateful that I gave myself permission to move forward. I gave myself permission to step into this season and not to teeter-totter on the line. Should I go? 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 You know, like, okay, we're getting ready to double dutch, but I haven't jumped in yet, right? I gave myself permission to stop waiting. I gave myself permission to trust the decision that God placed in my heart. I gave myself permission to step into my yes. And I know that you're here today and you want to do that too. Give yourself permission to do whatever is in your heart with this business. You know, before we log off, before you move on to your next, I want you to pause for just a moment, because there's a version of you, the one who said yes, the one who started this journey, the one who believed there was more. And y'all, she's still here. She is. She's waiting. She's waiting on you to trust her again. Will you trust her? You don't need to become someone new. You don't need to be louder, bolder, or different. You just need to honor the decision, the yes you've already made. This isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing the next right thing on purpose, intentional. Years from now, you won't even seriously remember the fear. Like, you won't remember the anxiety. You won't remember the awkward moments. You won't even remember the yeses and the no's, the no-shows. You know what you'll remember? You'll remember the moment that you chose yourself, the moment that you stepped into your yes. So if something in you is stirring right now, if your heart is saying, this could be my time, listen. Say yes again. Move your feet. Move your feet. And let the rest unfold. Because this, my friends, this is your time. And so I challenge you to make a decision within the next 24 hours. Make a decision. Write it down and send it to your leader. Send it to an accountability partner. And then I want you to do something in the next 24 hours that moves you closer to that goal. We're going to step into our yes this year. This is your time. And we are going, I promise you, at the end, we'll have a celebration like no other because you said yes. You are the one that stepped into your yes, and you are the one that will be shining in the spotlight. This is your time, my friends.
Isn't she amazing? You got to step into your yes, right? Give me some takeaways, friends. I took lots of notes. I wondered if you guys got any little snippets there.
I like how she said it didn't happen all at once, just as steps. You know, sometimes we, at least for me, sometimes I don't want to take all those little steps. I just want to win right now, like the big win.
Right.
But those little steps are so powerful. That's what I heard.
They are. I love that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, little steps at a time, you know, because giant ones scare the hell out of you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they do. They do. And you're not, it's normal. That's normal, I think, for everybody.
Yeah.
I loved the growth happens after the movement.
Mhm.
After the movement. What else?
Be coachable.
Be coachable. You betcha.
Not everything is a skill set that we can learn.
That's right. That's right. You guys, I tell this story all the time that this is the only gig I've ever seen where you earn the position and then you learn the position. You sign up and you become a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant, and then you learn how to do it. And then you become a red jacket and you learn how to take care of your team. Then you become a sales director and then you learn how to do that. And then I truly believe it's the only gig out there that's like this.
And we're
And
always
it's
learning,
scary.
Dan, right?
We're always learning. School's never out for the pro. I mean, I remember Rebecca saying that over and over and over again. And just, you know, I think the minute you feel like you've got it all figured out, I think we become complacent.
Mm-hmm.
And there's times like, you know, you got to kind of walk that fine line between wanting to change it up and do what you know, because like all of a sudden you think back, when was I my most successful? Well, it was when I was doing this or doing that. Well, why'd you stop? I don't know. You know, that's but it's definitely being able to, you know, remember the good stuff, you know, and remembering when you decided to step into that yes. You know, I think it's really powerful. She's really great. And I don't get to hear from her very often. Is she in your seminar, Trish?
I don't
I
remember.
don't think she's in mine. I don't know which one she's in.
I've
She must
never
be
heard
in-
of her before.
Yeah,
Must be an emerald.
must be for sure. Okay, well, we're going to change gears now. We're kind of going, doo-doo, 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 and we're now going to segue into the magical land of customer service with my dear, dear friend, Miss Amy Rich. You're going to take it away, friend. You ready to rock?
I'm ready.
All right, go for it, girl.
Okay. So first I'm going to tell you a story.
I love stories.
This morning, my husband and I had to go buy a refrigerator. And on the way back, he said, I need to stop and put a lockbox on a condo. And it's a rental property. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'm sitting in the car and 20 minutes go by, 25 minutes go by, 30 minutes go by. And I was like, am I going to be on Dateline? Like, is he dead somewhere? Like, where's my husband? So I finally just called him and he didn't answer, but he texted back and he said, oh, I'm sorry. The owners were there and they just wanted to chat. And so when he got in the car, he said, they're retired and they just want to feel like they matter. And he said this is the 7th property that he has as a um that he does property management for, that they own. And he's like, so they deserve my time. And I said, oh, I totally get it, because sometimes our customers just want you to listen to them, just chat with them, so that they feel like they're more to you than just a customer. They need to feel that. And it reminded me of a quote by Mary Kay Ash. Oh my gosh. She said, everyone has an invisible sign hanging from their neck saying, make me feel important. Never forget this message when working with people. And then I just had a couple of other little suggestions to add. When you send out texts, especially if it's like you're using the same text to every person, start with their first name so that they feel like you're actually texting them. And when you're with them in person or at a party, use their first name. Don't, actually get to know who they are, what their names are. And then say thank you with little samples so that they're not just getting their order, but they're also getting a little lip gloss sample or a little hydrating mask sample or something, because not only are you introducing them to a product, but they're always like, oh, thank you for that fun little thing I wasn't expecting in my package. And then you can also just dress up their packaging a little bit instead of just putting it in a regular Mary Kay bag. I did a party on Wednesday, and it was at my friend's mom's house. And I happened to find out that her mom had a birthday the day before. And so I just brought her a Mint Bliss and put a little bow on the top so that we could all wish her a happy birthday. And then they all bought lots of products, so it was all good. So that's my 2 cents.
I love all of those cents. That was like 10 cents, you friend. I mean, that was a lot. 2 cents, you can't make change like that anymore because of the pennies being discontinued. So
True.
we're cranking it up. Inflation, baby. It was a dime. But seriously, I think that customer service piece, I loved what you said about, Lil Mary Kay's invisible sign, right? And making me feel important. And let me ask you guys, have you ever, especially in the beginning of your business, did you feel like you had to learn customer service and how to take care of people? And maybe you fumbled a little bit along the way? And this is always, whenever we get to this topic, I always think it's a great opportunity to go back to some of those people that maybe you didn't do right by in the beginning and go, oh my gosh, I'm so much better now. Can I show you how much better I am now? Because it really, I think, they're such good sports, most people, and they'll give you a second chance. Why not? Right. And I think it's such a great opportunity, and just making sure that you stay in contact with those people, to be able to have that connection with them. And how many of you guys, do you write notes about your customers in anywhere on your stuff, whether it's on InTouch or anywhere? So about the pets, about the kids and the grandkids and the hubbies and things like that. One thing I used to do, so this is one thing don't do, okay? I don't put their anniversaries in my database anymore because I used to wish them happy anniversary. And then I had one of my customer friends go, Danny, I got divorced 3 months ago. And I was like, oh. And then I paused and went, happy divorcery? And laughter was had, but I was like, okay, I need to not put my foot in my mouth on that, so birthdays for sure, events, things like that. And I think also, our company does such a great job of kind of paying it the other way. she had a house fire. And I think I told this on the meeting last week too, but I can't remember. But I called the company to let them know because she's in Indiana. And I said, I don't know if there's anything you can do. I said, I know she doesn't have a huge store. She's basically, her own best customer and maybe a couple other people. And the gal from corporate looked stuff up and was making all kinds of notes. And I said, her puppy passed away, but all the humans are fine. And the house is, resend the order that she placed in November. We're going to send her that same order again for free. They're just sending it. I mean, so it wasn't like